when I sit with my gay and lesbian couples, I always say to them, I do it on purpose. So what are you doing over the holidays? Because often they'll say, she's going to her family, I'm going to mine. And, most straight couples pray that they don't have to go to each other's families, but they do. They stretch themselves and they go. Gay couples just assume it's not going to be okay, or they want to make everyone else feel good. And that's fine if that's what has to happen in a family for religious or cultural reasons or whatever, or unsafe reasons. But I always tell them, protect your relationship, because going separately and pretending you're not a couple over the holidays is an insult to your relationship, and you have to protect yourself.
Right, and that really highlights the fact that, coming out, after all, as we all know, is not, you don't come out in one moment, you don't come out in one day, let alone 1 year. And with that in mind, we have Foxy Shazam chiming back in saying, my cousin came out by posting on Facebook pics of her and her girlfriend. There was no big to-do. She came out in a random and unconfrontational fashion. Now, when you compare that with this comment by Billy Runaway, who is not gay, who says, if I was gay, I might prefer to come out to people on a one-on-one basis. Is that the wrong approach? I mean, there seems to be something there. Your thoughts, Stephanie, one-on-one? In your experience, did that seem to make the most sense?
Yeah, one-on-one worked very, very well for me, because at the end of the day, for someone like myself who is trans, I mean, and this is we're talking about gender, which ups the ante, in my opinion, above and beyond just your sexual orientation, your gender identity, your gender expression. You can't get any more personal than this. You really can't. And I think that's very important for people to understand. This is the essence of your being you're talking about here. Now, I think when you're expressing how you feel about your own gender identity, and how for years you've lived in shame, guilt, and denial because of who you are, and you're finally coming out for the first time. I mean, think about that for a second. That is the type of interaction that I believe is so personal that it is best shared on a one-on-one basis, because, and I can only speak from my own personal experience, in doing so, that's really helped me to have people come on board and be supportive of me, because they understood how intensely personal this is, and how much it meant to me to live a fulfilled life thereafter.
And we also have people who are commenting, saying, trying to show support, trying to show other, basically making themselves available online publicly. I do want to ask you, when you think about that, Joe, the holidays can be a stressful time, as we've outlined, but sometimes is it not right to, maybe before you plan on bringing someone, or before you plan on saying something, even if it's on an individual basis, to keep in mind that it's other people's holidays as well, your friends and your families, and maybe their significant others, maybe your girlfriend, or forgive me, your sister who's straight is bringing her boyfriend for the first time, and it might be awkward for him. I mean, it's never something you want to just drop like the yams when the tray when you drop it.
Right. No, you don't. I mean, there are some people that say, let them just take care of themselves. I shouldn't have to protect them. I'm protecting them my whole life. But they forget that, you've done a lot of work to come out to this point in your life. And it's not about protecting them. It's about giving them the space and letting them show up in their way too. So it's a compromise, doing it in a small way. And particularly on that day. It's true. I like what everybody's saying. It's everybody's holidays. It's not just ours.
Mm-hmm. Any last words of wisdom? Go ahead.
I would have an exit plan as well. Assume how this, imagine how this might turn out, and the timing involved in it. And if you do it very early on, that may be a very long 4 days.
Right.
As opposed to maybe near the end of the stay with your family or the visit. That might be a little more appropriate time where everybody can go to their own corners and think about this a little bit.
What better exit plan than we're out of yams?
Right.